Welcome to another episode of the Weekly Spread Podcast, brought to you by the Modern Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen Merriweather, and I'm joined by my co-host, JD. What's up, JD?
What's up? We pick 'em, you stick with them. Oh.
All right, we are at week 17. 2 weeks left of the season, right? Or is it 3?
No,
2
there's
weeks.
2 weeks.
18.
This week and next
18.
week.
Yeah.
All right. Just
2
need to
weeks
lose
left.
the next 2 games, baby. CJ Stroud.
Texans too.
Y'all are getting
If we end up
little
with-
ass Bryce Young. Y'all are getting tiny ass little Bryce Young.
That's okay. I just want the number one pick. If we get to the second pick, I'm gonna be so mad.
No,
Bryce Young, I'm fine with Bryce Young. Okay. All right. Let's review like always. JD so far this season is 17, 29, and 2.
no comment.
I think that means there's there's no chance for you being above 500 against the spread.
Not even close.
But in the Eliminator, he's 12 and 3. So very, very respectable. Too bad we're not doing this next year.
Yes, we are.
Anyway.
We established we are.
I am 22, 23, and 3. I'm one game under 500 after being 500 last week, and I'm 7 and 9 against in the Eliminator. I'm going to be above 500.
Terrible.
I'm going to be above 500 in both of our categories.
7 and 9. It's impossible to be above 500.
I'm going to be at or above 500 in
yeah.
all of our categories.
Man, you know how
Okay.
you were bragging about, being so bad it helps? Right now, if I would stick with my gut, I would be so terribly bad. Oh, I would win you so much money if you bet against me. So this is what I might do next
I think
semester.
you'd have single digit wins if you just stuck with your gut.
Yeah, because I went like 3-0, like 3 times in a row going to bet against. And if it wasn't for that, yeah, I would have anything. So.
I have a strategy. I'm sticking with it. It's paying off. I love my 3 picks this week. I think I'm going 3-0. I love my Eliminator. I'm going 8 and 9. I'm going to start us off. All right. I'm going to start us off.
Mr. Confident.
First pick, I have Miami getting 2.5 on the road against New England. We have Teddy Bridgewater, who gets a full week of practice for Miami, going up against whoever the quarterback is for New England. I think Miami still has a chance to get in the playoffs. They're going to end New England's season. There's a rivalry there. I think Teddy Bridgewater is a reasonable replacement for Tua. And Miami has a great team. So they're getting 2.5. I like the 2.5 on the road against New England.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shaky pick. Teddy's not starting for a reason. So, yeah.
Because
we'll
he
see.
Tua is a top 10 pick.
I don't know if you saw those. Oh, yes, he's a top 10 pick, but is he a top 10 quarterback? You saw those 3 picks in a row against the Packers to end the game. That was just terrible.
He had a concussion. It came out afterwards. He had a concussion. That's why he threw the 3 picks. That's why he's not playing this week.
Yeah, that's what I also want to say. If this man keeps getting concussions, like your future Bryce
That's a
Young,
problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yeah, are you paying him $50 million a year? Fuck that.
If I'm Miami, I'm running it back next year. I'm not trying to give anybody any money.
Yeah, I'm running it back and then drafting the quarterback in like the 3rd round. And if he gets another concussion, hopefully that guy can step in. And then if he gets another concussion season, I'm not paying him the next year. Can't pay him.
I think Teddy is a respectable backup.
I do. I like Teddy. I'm talking shit, but I'm just like, there's a reason he's not starting.
The problem, Teddy's played so far this year. He hasn't played well, but the problem is Tua is a left-handed quarterback. Teddy's a right-handed quarterback. If you come in mid-game, you have to switch everything around. It's hard to switch out lefties and righties mid-game. Teddy gets the whole week of being the starter, and I don't think New England's very good.
Oh, I don't.
So,
but
give me the points.
all right.
I think Dolphins winning straight up. So,
All right. My first pick, again, we're going, if I'm like, hey, this team, if it looks like an obvious win to me, we're going with the opposite. I really thought fucking Kansas City's going to tear up Denver. But I'm like, hold on now. So I'm going Denver plus 12.5. Really don't like it. And it's on the road. New Year's Day game. But maybe Patrick Mahomes had too many mimosas with this little ratchet-ass wife or something. And
okay, 12.5 is a lot of points. It's a lot of points. But Kansas City has something to play for. The 1 seed is still there. I don't think they get to 12.5 though, so I like that. Because if I'm Kansas City, I'm just trying to not get hurt. If I can beat the Broncos by 7, I'm fine with that. I just need my guys to stay healthy, get into next week. All right, I like that pick. 12.5 is a lot of points. Is Russell and Bustle playing?
Yeah, I heard Jerry Jeudy did a big post. I guess because Russ has his own office in the Denver facility, and a lot of people.
I heard about this.
And he's like, I've never seen anyone more committed to football than Russ. He has an office because he's so committed, blah, blah, blah. Like, I love Russ. He puts so much effort in. So, yeah. Russ is starting. He makes $40 million a year, $50 million. He's starting. He's not Derek Carr, like, where they're looking to trade him.
All right, so that means if Russ is starting, the Broncos are going to get 3 points. Kansas City just needs 17. That's okay. Anyway, moving on. This next game, the Raiders have just given up. They've benched Derek Carr. They've given up. They're starting Jarrett Stidham. Fun fact: Jarrett Stidham in the NFL in his entire career has thrown 60 passes. 4 of them have been interceptions. So every 15 throws, he throws an interception. He's going against the 49ers. Brock Purdy, who might be the next Tom Brady.
Oh, this man.
They have a great defense, and the 1 and 2 seed are still alive. 49ers are going to just trounce on the Raiders because they've given up their season. Devontae Adams is pissed off. Josh Jacobs, he's in a contract year. He's just trying to stay healthy so he can get big money. The Raiders aren't playing. I like 49ers -9 on the road against the Raiders. I think they're going to win by a lot of points.
Well, this is what we call a modern head-to-head.
Oh, my gosh. You're taking Jarrett Stidham.
You know I love the Niners. That is a team I always am betting on. So if I am always betting on, if I look at it and it's obvious, remember, opposite. I love the Niners. They are my Super Bowl pick, but I just think it might be one of those trip games. Maybe Jarrett Stidham comes up and gets like a quick 10 points on him that you wouldn't expect. And the Raiders aren't going to get probably more than 13. But say they get a quick 10, and then maybe they get a couple late field goals to make it 16-25 to push. Because I think that Brock Purdy might come to arrive and throw a couple picks, might make some mistakes this game. That's what I'm saying. I think it might be kind of a trip game. They think it's too easy because I'm pretty sure the Raiders are at home. Yeah. Raiders are at home.
Yeah, the Raiders are at home.
New Year's Day. I just think the Niners might come a little shaky at first and then have to fight a little bit and then just want to win. Same way with the Chiefs. They're just going to want to win, fuck the blowout, and just let's just get through this game.
What's his name? Bosa is going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's trying
over
to wrap
Micah
that
Parsons?
Up. Yeah. He's going to wrap that up this game. It's going to be a blowout. Nobody wants to play for the Raiders. Who's actually suiting up?
Josh Jacobs. He wants that contract. No one cares that this man's the leading rusher.
Contract.
No one cares.
He already got his.
By who? The Raiders had him for 5 years. Who's paying this man? It's like the DeMarco Murray situation. The leading rusher who nobody wants. He's going to get paid $7 million by Philly. Remember how DeMarco Murray? Nobody wants to pay Josh Jacobs. What has he done for the last 3 years?
Come to Houston.
You're paying him $15 million a year. You're giving Josh Jacobs $15 million a year.
I'm a fan of Josh Jacobs. The reason why Josh Jacobs isn't showing up this game is because he had potential to get 2,000 yards for the season. He was on pace for 2,000 yards. He had a terrible game last week. 2,000 yards is gone. It's not happening. And so you need to stay healthy because if you get hurt, you ain't getting anything.
Yeah, you're not getting no money.
If you stay healthy, if you get 1,800 yards, leading rusher, someone's going to pay you. So I don't like the pick. Head to head. Obviously, I don't like the pick. It's head to head. All right.
No, he has 1908 yards from scrimmage right now. Not rushing yards. Sorry, those yards from scrimmage.
He's got like 1650.
16. Oh, not even 15. 40.
15. Yeah, 2000's gone.
Yeah.
If he had 50 yards last game, if he had balled out, he could have got there. But
I'm saying you're paying $15 million a guy who, when healthy, younger. This man had 800 yards last year. All right. Barely over 1,000 last year and barely 1,100 the year before. That's like averaging 60 yards a game.
That's what I hear is he's trending up.
What running back trends up in their old age?
He finally figured out the NFL. We need some skill guys to pair with Bryce Young. We're making the playoffs next year. Put it down. We're making the playoffs. Give me the 200-1 bet right now. Anyway,
go for it.
Final pick. We have a team who's the number 2 seed in the NFC, and yet just gets disrespected after disrespected after disrespected. Some of it deserved.
Niners?
Some of it not. I got the Vikings. The Vikings getting 3.5 on the road against Green Bay.
Oh, my God.
Green Bay's on a little bit of a win streak. But they haven't beat anybody good. They beat the Bears.
Cowboys.
Did they beat the Cowboys?
Hunter always reminds me because I'm like, you beat the team you're supposed to. He's like, not the Packers and Jaguars.
I don't think the Packers are very good. And the Vikings are the number 2 seed in the NFC. They've lost, 3 games all season?
And they've all been like recently.
Yeah. Well, they've been field goal games. They've only lost 1 game recently. They lost to the Lions.
40-3 to the Cowboys was a.
That was like 8 weeks ago.
I think it felt.
They lost to the Lions. They lost to the Lions by like a field goal. They beat the Giants by a field goal. They beat your shitty Colts by a field goal. They're getting 3.5. If they lose, it's going to be by a field goal. So I like the 3.5. They're not getting blown out by Green Bay. I think they're going to win the game. So I got like Vikings over Green Bay plus 3.5 on the road.
Okay. By the way, it was only November 20th, a month ago, that they lost 40-3.
That was 8 weeks ago.
November 20th? All right, my last pick again. Pick seems so fucking obvious, and you got to do the opposite. Seattle at home getting 2 points. That seems so obvious. The Jets, see, all the way on the East Coast, going all the way to Seattle. All the way on Seattle. Seems too good to be true. Why are the Jets -2? I know they got a good defense. Why? Maybe Mike White's back. I don't know. But I'm taking Jets -2 because it's just like, why is Seattle giving +2 at home from a team from the East Coast? It's too good to be true. So I'm taking Jets -2. Something fishy about that. That is fishy. That is fishy.
They're both playing for their playoff lives on even field. Who you got?
Even field, I got Jets because the Seattle has been trending down lately, and I think they're just like, all right, Geno can be our starter next year. We'll draft a guy with that Broncos pick and then get best player available with our pick. And like, yeah, we had a good season, but let's get some more help next year. And you know what I mean? Like
I completely agree with you. I completely agree.
Jets
with you.
are better, especially with Mike White.
There's no reason why the Seahawks should try to go to the playoffs. They're going to get blown out first game. So just get the pick. You have the Broncos pick. I think you come back and win 10 games next year.
Yeah, easily 10 games. Yeah. I might pick them to win the division depending on the players they get.
Over the 49ers.
I mean, if they get like Will Anderson with that Broncos pick and then get you know what I mean? Like that dude.
I think 49ers going to the Super Bowl this year.
I agree, but next year they might lose another player in free agency.
All right, so you like Seattle.
No. I like Minnesota.
You like Seattle.
I like Minnesota. I mean, I like the Jets.
Oh.
Seattle's too good to be true, so I went with the Jets. It's 2. +2 at home with a cross-country team. Yeah.
You're doing the opposite thing.
If it's too good to be true.
You made the case for Seattle, and then I didn't. You like the Jets.
Yeah,
okay.
If it's too good to be true, I get the opposite.
Okay. I like that pick, which says
You've liked all my picks. You like the Broncos pick. And then we're head-to-head.
I just want to put for the record, it's not part of my pick, picks, but I nearly, because we don't typically do Monday night games.
You did last week. You picked the fucking Chargers. You did.
And I love that pick. I was going to slide it in, but I decided not to. I like my picks a little bit better. I like the Bills. I think the Bills are going into Cincinnati and coming out with the win, securing the 1 seed, and having Kansas City travel to Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. I just want to put it for the record. I like the Bills.
That's an easy pick. It's just a pick 'em, and the Bills are better than the Bengals.
I agree.
Eliminators.
Right, moving to Eliminator. I'm doubling down like I always do. Give me the 49ers over the Raiders. Easy money. 49ers over the Raiders.
Wrap it up. Same shit.
Oh, come on.
Because I told you I left all the good teams, but we both left all the good teams to the end.
So did I.
I've had Bills, Chiefs, Niners last 3 weeks in a row. Like, those are my eliminators. I'm going with the
I still got the
good
Bills. I'm picking the Bills next week. They're playing New England. If they wrap up the 1 seed, if they beat the Bengals, then they need to wrap up the 1 seed to beat New England, and they're going to do that. So, Bills next week. This week, 49ers. Both got them. That's all right.
We pick them. You stick with them.